Hi YouTube, this is Care Bear. I'm gonna try and make a video under 10 minutes so I can finally post it because I have been crazy with trying to make videos and they're either too long or they're too big in size and I can't post it. Anyway, it's been a nightmare. So I wanted to give you guys an update about what is going on with the journey. Okay, I'm going to back up because the last time I think we spoke I had my second meeting with my psych eval doctor. So my third meeting was crazy as is to be expected, I suppose. In the middle of my enthusiastically sharing what I had learned that previous week and was sharing with her, she actually stopped, interrupted me, and excused herself so that she couldn't go make a cup of tea. She left the room, microwaved a cup of tea, and then came back in and then resumed the session. I was so frustrated. Like that, it happened on the it happened on the third and the fourth session with her that she excused herself to make a cup of tea. I was just like, who is this woman? And oh my goodness, seriously. So it was just frustrating. On the last day, she asked me, what was your experience? Like, what were the positive things that you've learned? Or what was anything that I could, improve? And so, even though I really felt like very little, if any, was attributed to her and the time that we spent together, I felt like during that month that I was required to see her 4 times, I did a lot of soul searching and I did a lot of, dissecting my world and my mind regarding food, and I did learn a lot. And so I did include that kind of information with, in my answer to her, and told her all the things that I had learned and what I thought was positive. And then for the negative thing, I actually mentioned to her, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in one of my previous videos or not, but that the very first meeting that we had, after she got through all of the mental and physical health issues for my family, the first thing that we talked about regarding my weight was she asked me what do you think caused you to be a compulsive eater? And I remember at the time it stopped me in my tracks because I was just, I have a lot of things that I attribute my weight to, not one of them being a compulsion to eat. And I remember when she asked me, I know it must have looked like I was dumbfounded because she clarified by saying obesity is a compulsive disorder. And, I contribute my weight to being, affected because of my genetics, my lack of activity, and my food choices that are poor food choices. I do absolutely agree that I overeat, but I don't feel like I have a compulsion to eat and constantly eat and can't stop eating. So, I was really frustrated with that, and I told her, I said, even if I was a compulsive eater, I felt like it wasn't fair for you to come into the situation, the person who's supposed to have a clear slate, and start from the very beginning, building on top of that slate based totally on fact rather than assumption, that it didn't do me any good. I felt really, bothered by that, and she was very gracious about that and thanked, me for sharing that with her, and, seemed to be really understanding. But the one thing that I thought was really interesting after that was that she told me, this was a Thursday, it was our last meeting, and she told me that by Monday she would fax the letter. And so when Tuesday I called my surgeon's office and they hadn't received it, I thought, well, I'll give her until the end of the week. And then on Friday I called them again and they still had not received it, and it wasn't until the following Monday that she sent the letter. And we had both looked at our calendar and she gave me a specific date that she said that she would have it sent by. So I don't know if, call it coincidence or whatever, but I thought it was really a very suspect that she, that I actually gave her something that I wasn't happy about with her, and, she made me wait just an additional week, so, whatever. So she did contact me on Monday, this last Monday, I think it was this last Monday, and said that the letter was available. And so I was able to actually go and pick up a copy of it, and then I did get a call from my surgeon's office saying that they had received a fax of the letter as well. So that was really nice. It was nice to be able to have a copy of the letter and to be able to read it and know what she said, and it was, I was very pleased with what she had to say. So that was nice. And now, so what's happening now is that they are going to pass on my chart to Kelly, who's the nurse practitioner, and Dr. Callery, the surgeon. They will sit down together, apparently, and dictate my chart. And then from there, once that's completed, that can take up to 2 weeks, they will submit it to my insurance company. And the insurance company will have 30 days to either come back with a yes, she's approved, or a we have to see 3 more months of her with the surgeon's office meeting on a monthly basis. So it can be, 6 weeks from now, I can be getting, as much as 6 weeks from now, I can be getting the call saying that, there's an answer from the insurance company, whatever that is. And then from there, I will either get the approval, and then I can set a date for the surgery, or, it could take up as, I guess, if I have to fulfill the additional 3 months, then it might be July. So, June, that will be completed with that, and then I don't know if I'll have to submit it again, and then I'll get the approval. So it can be, July before I have the surgery. So, I don't have a date yet, but I'm looking forward to having a date. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about. I have my list here. Let me think. My husband and I went to a panel, a pre-op support group, where we were able to meet with a panel of post-op people at different stages. One, woman had had the surgery like 5 days ago. Somebody had 5 weeks ago, 5 months ago, 9 months ago, a year ago. YouTube burp. There you go, you guys. And then as much as 11 years out. So it was kind of cool to see everybody at their different stages, and the people who'd maintained their weight, and the people who'd gained a little bit back, or the people who they were full of advice. And it was really, really great, for me and for my husband both, to sit down and listen to them. The other thing I wanted to mention really quickly, I have about 2.5 more minutes. One of the things that the nutritionist had mentioned when I met with her on the 1st of February was, she said that, I know that people talk about snacking. I know that I had replaced my snacks, my unhealthy snacks, with healthy snacks. And one of the things that she said was that that's a great thing to do, but also you don't want to snack just for the sake of snacking. If you're not hungry, you don't need to snack. And so if you're sitting watching TV and you feel that need to snack, a lot of people have started like crocheting or cross-stitching or knitting or whatever. Well, I'm really familiar with cross-stitching, and so I started cross-stitching. And then all of a sudden I realized, you know what, I would love to learn how to do chainmail jewelry. And so I wanted to share these earrings with you guys, because I made these earrings, and these were one of my first chainmail projects that I did. And it's been great to have that kind of as something to keep my hands busy. And I find that I don't even desire to snack when I'm doing that, because my mind isn't focusing on the food, it's focusing on what I'm doing. So for any of you guys, I hope that helps a little bit, because that was something that was a dramatic change for me. Was going, I still have my healthy snacks in the house, so that if I do feel hungry, or if I just feel like I need to snack, or if I don't feel like doing the jewelry or whatever, there's a variety of things I can do, but at least I'm implementing. There I go with the word implementing everywhere. I think that's my new favorite word. But implementing healthy, habits and stuff like that. So I love my new earrings. I'm very, very proud of them. So, alright, you guys, I will go ahead and cut it off for here, and you guys have a wonderful week, and I will check back with you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, take care. Bye now.